Hi, I'm Dapeng from Fuzhou Daily. Guess where I am today? With gentle breeze, lush mountain, and green lawns, you might think this is a beautiful park. Think again. It's not just a park.
Seen from the sky, this is actually the Hongmiaoling Circular Economy Industrial Park, Fuzhou's largest waste treatment facility, handling household waste for millions of residents daily.
And today, we are hosting a special group of visitors.
In the 1990s, President Xi Jinping, who was then the top official of Fuzhou, prioritized environmental protection and ecological conservation, stressing that any pursuit of short-term economic gains at the expense of the environment is ultimately counterproductive. To tackle the widespread challenge of cities besieged by waste plaguing urban development across China, he personally masterminded the solution, conducted site surveys, and designated a location 17 kilometers from downtown, spanning over 1,217 hectares for building a comprehensive waste treatment facility. Such a century-spanning project, capable of handling Fuzhou's domestic waste for decades to come, was realized as a landmark venture benefiting the people. Through over 3 decades of persistent efforts, today, Hongmiaoling has evolved into a circular economy industrial park, featuring a complete range of facilities, cutting-edge technologies, near-zero emissions, and forest-style scenic landscapes, an achievement that deeply impressed European diplomats.
I was impressed by the skill of that's happening here, so of all the circular activities that's going on. If I remember correctly, it's about for 4 million people that this single facility processes the waste. And it was interesting and informative to learn about what's going on and what China's practices are. And I also heard that there are some awards that this facility got. I'm from the Netherlands, and I think it's always good to learn from other countries what their best practices are. It's also something that the Netherlands, of course, works on. So it's always nice to learn from each other and see what other countries are doing and what's going well.
From mountains where waste finds new life, we ride the waves of rebirth down the Minjiang River to where China's maritime awakening first set sail. Here in 1866, French visionaries like Prosper Jekyll stood alongside Chinese patriots of high ideals, hammering steel and hope into hulls that would carry a nation's dreams. After a century and a half, the diplomats from Europe traced their shadows across these very halls, tracking dreams through the Shipbuilding Culture Museum's time-worn artifacts.
Hi again, Dapeng here in Kuliang, high up in these misty mountains. For over 100 years, this place has kept alive something really special. A China-US friendship built by ordinary people, villagers, teachers, doctors, and engineers.
As President Xi Jinping emphasized, building friendship between nations starts with bonds between peoples, and true bonding flows from heart to heart. In early 2012, during his visit to the United States as vice president, Xi shared the Kuliang story at a welcome luncheon hosted by American friendship organizations, sparking a wave of responses across both societies. Over 3 decades later, friendship builders from all walks of life in China and the US have delved into the Kuliang narrative, actively promoted its cultural legacy, and undertaken extensive work to deepen mutual understanding and friendly exchanges between the two peoples. The story of Kuliang stands as testimony to China-US people's friendship, generating positive momentum for bilateral relations. From the old post office to Kuliang Club, the European diplomats delved deeper into this century-long story of friendship, uncovering new layers of its profound legacy.
We are one world, and I think the more people learn about other people, the better they will have understanding, and the more connections there are, and So I think it's important to indeed have the opportunity for people to meet, so also to understand other cultures and also to understand their own background, their own culture from the perspective of others. So and this can be a basis for relationships. Also, when there's a difference of opinions, to understand why there's a difference of opinions. So I would say, yeah, I mean, international relations can play at different levels. So people-to-people relations are very important to us.
At Fujin-Benz's smart factory, robotic arms dance in precision as electric vehicles roll off lines. This is more than a meeting point of German tech and Chinese speed. It's where they actually spark something bigger. Where Mercedes-Benz showcases China-German fusion on the assembly line, Fuzhou Group, commanding 34% of global auto glass supply, reveals a deeper truth, that every component tells a story of global symbiosis. Fuzhou Group's journey from Fuzhou to global stages mirrors Made in China evolution. The global industrial chain should operate like the collaborative synergy of auto parts. Only by leveraging their comparative strengths and advancing in synergy can nations effectively address shared challenges. Understanding China starts by witnessing its wisdom in action. From Hong Miaoling's waste-to-wonder metamorphosis to Kuliang's heart-to-heart bonds, from AI-driven factories to shipbuilding culture echoing history, this Fuzhou journey reveals China's dual commitment, ecological integrity, along with global vision. August in Fuzhou staged a multi-dimensional dialogue for Europe's diplomats. More than a study tour, this Fuzhou consensus could seed new chapters in China-Europe cooperation.